Hey everybody, good morning. 10 o'clock here in Fort Worth, Texas. Boy, have we been under the gun or what around here. Now then, just to get it started, I want everybody to know that we're strong. We're going to get through this, and there is no weapon formed against us that's going to prosper. We're going to get through this. So let's just get that out there in the open first and foremost right off the bat. Y'all have been sending in a lot of questions, and I'm going to do my best to answer every one of them. So let's get started right away. A lot of people wanted to know, how did the show even start? That would be a whole live broadcast just in itself, to be honest with you. Several years ago, I want to say it's back in 2012, 2013, I get this telephone call. Debbie answered the phone and she said, "Donna, I think you better take this call." I said, "Okay." So she puts it through to my office. I answer the phone, and I said, "This is Donna. May I help you?" And this voice is trying to have like an Australian accent. Well, I thought that was funny because I knew right off the bat who it was. It was Randy Martin, the lone wolf. He always will call the office, try to change his voice. Sometimes it's he uses a French accent, a Spanish accent, an Italian accent. He's using all of these accents. But I thought, boy, you're really especially good at this Australian accent. So he's asking questions. Have we ever thought about doing a TV show? And I'm like, well, you know what? That's not a bad idea. What kind of TV show are you thinking about? Randy goes on to say, well, we think we need to do a TV show about y'all winning houses at an auction or buying a house, competing against each other, fixing it up, selling it at auction, and see who makes the most money. Well, I'm just agreeing with everything this man's telling me. Randy, I'm agreeing with everything. Oh, yes, yes, yes. We would love to talk to you about doing this. He says, okay. He says, I tell you what. You go talk to the rest of your family. I will call you back in about 2 weeks. And we will make arrangements from there for me and a cameraman to come out, film what's called a sizzle reel. I said, all right, man, that sounds wonderful. I am so excited. I bet I was on the phone for most near an hour and a half with this man, Randy. Oh, by the way, he says his name's... Sorry about that. I had an incoming call. Says his name is a Greg. I thought, Randy. So I hang up the phone from him, right? I'm going out of my office into the front office, and I'm whooping myself laughing. I mean, I am bent over slapping my knee. I said, y'all are not going to believe what just happened. I said, Randy was on the telephone telling me all this. Well, I'm saying this as I'm walking out of the office through a little hallway into the main front office. You talk about putting the shut to the up, or is that putting the up to the shut? I don't know, whichever way it goes. I put the shut to the up. All right. Guess who was sitting out in the office? Let me give you a couple of seconds, see if you can nail this one. Yeah, it was Randy. And I'm like, if Randy's sitting out here, who was I on the phone talking to? Oh my gosh. I just agreed with whatever this man said on the telephone. And I'm thinking, well, okay. Well, then a couple of weeks go by, and I get a telephone call back. Of course, this time I'm knowing it's not Randy, and this man's name really is Greg. And so I said, and I explained to him what happened. I said, I thought you was Randy. That's why I was agreeing to everything. I said, we're going to have to all meet, discuss this, talk about it. So that is how the show actually got born, if you will. A really cool story, and I'm trying to condense it because I don't want to bore anybody. The next question was, how has the current situation and conditions affected our daily lives? Well, I guess it's really affected everybody's daily life. But I am going to tell you something. After I got through maybe the word is fear, maybe the word is panic. I think that's a whole range of emotions that all of us have been feeling. After I got through all of that, and you start looking for that new normal, because that's what it is. It's a new normal. I realize that what I'm doing now is exactly what I did when I went to see my grandma, Gandy, my mother's mother. She's the one that taught me to sew and to quilt and crochet and things like that, to can, which Tony's the canner and the cooker in the family, but Grandma taught all of us, as did Mother. I got to thinking, this is just like back then. It was quieter. I got more stuff done. I wasn't near as stressed out because I didn't put that much on myself. And I thought, I don't like the reason that it's happened like this, but I'm starting to embrace this new normal as maybe I can make it through this. You know, just keep the faith that I can make it through this, because I don't know, I really like that time. Maybe y'all can remember a time with a grandmother, an aunt, an uncle, or a parent that you were more at peace. More at peace. I like that feeling, so I'm going to hold on to that. I can't tell you what to do. I'm only telling you what I'm doing, and so far it seems to really be working. Next question. How have I kept myself occupied? Oh, my stars. I'm telling you, you can eat off my bathroom floor. I scrubbed that puppy twice this week so far. And today's only Friday. I may get another scrubbing in before the weekend's over with. I've watched some TV. I've washed clothes. I've done dishes. I've scrubbed sinks. I've scrubbed floors. And if it hadn't been raining, I'd have probably washed the windows. But it's been raining a whole lot outside. So I'm going to show you, and here's hoping I don't disconnect anything. I'm going to see if I can turn this around. I'm going to show y'all what I have been doing. Like I said, my grandma Gandy, she taught me to do a lot of things. Knit, crochet, embroider, quilt, can, cook, and how to live in a peaceful, simpler time. So I'm going to try to turn this. Let me see where I can put this where y'all can see it really good. Y'all can probably see it okay right there. All right, I'm going to try to flip the screen. I hope I don't disconnect anybody. Here we go. Oh, look at me. I did that. You know, I'm not very high tech on all this stuff, but I'm learning, people. All right, that is some thread. This thread right here was actually given to me by my grandma. And then I went and got this thread at the, actually I think it was Hobby Lobby. And I used a pretty little doily. So now I've got something of my grandmother that's not stuffed away in a closet, that I can set it out and I can enjoy it. Because every time I look at it, it makes me think of her and kind of the way that life used to be. And then the biggest project, this is my ta-da moment. I have been working on an afghan. Now, I don't know if y'all saw, it's been a few weeks ago, a lady posted on here, and it was a beautiful variegated thread that she was making an afghan. And that power, now this is crazy, and y'all are going to think I'm making this up. I promise I'm not. This pattern is called the virus pattern. Boy, that is so apropos, isn't it? But anyway, I've been crocheting for pretty much all my life, since I was about 10 or 11 years old when I learned. And now I'm older than dirt, so y'all do the math. This would be the first afghan that I've ever made that I kept for myself. So I'm making this. Obviously, everybody knows I love purple. So I'm making this one for myself, and I'm going to put it on my bed. I don't know if y'all like that or not. Y'all may say that's just way too much purple. But anyway, Oh, look at me. I'm just getting this high technological stuff down, people. All right, let me get back to the list. Due to the size of this production, do y'all do everything yourself? Now, Jean and Rose had posed that question. And I'm going to say, due to the size of the production, we had to work with the design team. We had to work with the construction crew. There is a lot of working, anybody that's done any construction, remodeling of homes, you know there is a whole lot that goes on in putting something together. And then it's all condensed down into a 1-hour episode. And if there's 2 houses involved, then you're really only seeing about 20 minutes of each house. So, yeah, there's a whole lot of help behind the scenes. But we always give credit where credit is due. It's not all me and Tony, not at all, nor any of the other cast members. But we all work together as a team. Now, Tony and I have to work with the design team, and we all pitch ideas, and sometimes they take our ideas, and sometimes they don't. But at the end, I hope it is something that everybody has enjoyed and liked. And a lot of times we get questions about, why do you use such wild colors? Why do you get out of the box on that? Well, my question is, why not? It's paint. And if you get tired of it, go paint over it again. It's no big deal. Change things up. Somebody told me one time, you know, change things in your house with the seasons, spring, summer, fall, and winter. Change colors around. Change scents and candles or anything like that around. And I started doing that, and it made a lot of difference. I really, really like that. Okay, one question. Oh, okay. Daddy and Gary, yes, they are the main house movers. But let me tell you this. Tony and I grew up in this business. My summers and my weekends, as soon as I was old enough to go anywhere, I was with Daddy out on the job, as was Gary and as was Tony. We all learned this. This is something we grew up doing day in and day out. So if Daddy and Gary's busy, we go move our own house. I mean, yes, we prefer to them to do that, for them to do the moving, so we can get busy on the other stuff. But we can move our own houses, and we have. Lisa Marie one knows there going to be any new shows. Well, we have not filmed since last spring, last summer, when we finished filming season 13. What actually happened is the network that we were working under was actually purchased by Discovery Channel. And Discovery Channel sold the DIY channel to Chip and Joanna Gaines, the fixer-uppers out of Waco. And they have chosen to put all of their own programming on there, which is wonderful. That's their choice, their decision, and we wish them the best. So now what Discovery Channel has been doing is they've been sending and showing our episodes, all 13 seasons, mind you, on some will show up on DIY, GAC, which is Great American Country. I've seen it on the Travel Channel and a channel called Destination America. We don't know what's going to happen. There's been no talk of any new episodes of Texas Flip and Move. We hope there is, but if there isn't, you know what? 13 seasons is something wonderful, and 13 seasons is actually something unheard of in the reality TV industry. So we're very blessed, and we're very grateful for what we have been able to do. Tony and I are working on some other things. Most recently, we're helping some veterans. And we're going to be, well, we are. I'll tell y'all, don't tell nobody. We're actually doing some filming on it. Now, it's homemade filming, but who cares? We're going to film it. We're going to put it out there. We'll let everybody know, because it's our hope that if everybody watches it and they like it enough, that maybe we can get another show off the ground and going. Helping our veterans, helping our first responders. That would be something that would be really, really, truly awesome. So we'll keep you posted on all of that as it takes place. Okay. Krista from Europe, do we have our own YouTube channel? You know, I'm going to be honest with you. I think the answer to that is yes. I'm going to have to go and look and talk to Tony. She's a little bit better advanced than I am on this technical stuff. So if we don't, then we will. Marina from Belgrade, Serbia. What's my favorite house and interior? And there's actually been several people that's asked that question. I think one of my favorite houses was the one that was in Weatherford. If y'all will remember, that was one of the houses that my dad and his family grew up in as when he was a little boy. I will never, ever, ever forget walking in that house with Daddy. I stood there and there was silence in the house. And Daddy couldn't speak. Daddy couldn't talk. And he's looking around, and then I see a tear come down a cheek. And then that's when I realized the emotion, because he's thinking back. He's thinking back. He is reliving a memory. And sure enough, all of a sudden, before I could even say, Daddy, are you okay? All of a sudden, Daddy says, right there's where my daddy's chair sat. And there was one telephone in the house, and it was back there in the master bedroom. Now, on the show, what was Mama and Papa Snow's master bedroom, we turned into like a little sitting social media library room. That was actually the bedroom. And what was really, really cool is our great-grandfather had actually built that house. Our Grandpa Snow, Papa Snow, moved it once. Daddy moved it a second time, years later. And then here comes Daddy, Gary, Tony, and Donna, and we moved it again. And then, could you believe Daddy stopping the auction? He says, no, we're keeping this house. So Tony kept it, and Tony and her husband, Gary Lynn, still have it. I think that was one of my favorite houses because I got to relive a memory with my dad. And that is something that you cannot put a price tag on. Sorry, guys, I didn't mean to get so emotional. Okay. Betty, have we thought about taking before and after pictures to show to the buyer? That's a really good idea, and I like that. And we'll keep that for future reference. We really will. And actually, we have shown some pictures to the buyers, pictures that we took on our phone, and they were amazed. All righty. Janet and some other ladies have always worn my hair long. Yes, I have. As soon as I got old enough to say, Mama, I don't want my hair cut, I've always grown my hair long. I've kept it long. I do try to keep the dead ends cut off. And the reason for that is going back on my great-grandmother on my mother's side of the family. Full head of hair. Very, very wavy and naturally curly. So if you've ever gone back and looked at any of the pictures that we posted about any of times when I was younger, you can see my hair was extremely curly. So I wear my hair long because the weight of my hair, because I have thick hair, and I thank God for that, my thick hair helps pull the natural curls out. So I don't look like Shirley Temple going around. That's the reason that that I keep wearing my hair long. What is the oddest thing that we have found in a home? Y'all are going to think I'm crazy, but I was there and I seen it. A lot of houses that we move will have, now we do move on a slab, off a pier and beam. A pier and beam home means that it has a subfloor in it, a wood floor. And the cement front porch, which is usually whatever you can find, dirt, old brick, old rocks, whatever, is in there, and then they cap it with the pretty cement. Well, we have to tear that away from the house, obviously, in order to move it. We was tearing into that, and what they were using to make that strong was an antique baby bed. Them wrought iron baby beds, like you see in museums. That was the wildest, the oddest thing that we have ever seen. Actually, it wasn't in the house, but it was attached to the house. So I hope that counts in your question. Let's see. How to bring us back. You know what, guys? We get asked that all the time. And like I said, our fate is in the hands of Discovery Channel. We don't know what the future holds. We know that we've not filmed anything, as I said previously, from season 13. So Tony and I will be working on these other projects and hopeful to get something off the ground and going. If you want to write to Discovery Channel, email them, call them, send them by snail mail. We appreciate the support, and we're grateful that you really enjoyed the show, and we get it. I'll never forget, Daddy told them when we first talked to him, he said, two things, because we shot the pilot there at our office. Two things. One, don't you ever take God's name in vain, and don't you ever bring any alcohol on my property. And I admire Daddy for that. He has stuck to his guns. So if you feel led to call or write or email Discovery Channel on our behalf, we're grateful and we appreciate that. All right, let's see. Oh, Isabel. Hi, Isabel. She's in France. Had the privilege of meeting her a couple of times now, and her daughter, Almadine, that's in Dallas, works at a hospital in the medical field. She's asking, does it damage the house to move it again? It's like anything else, Isabel. It's how good is your equipment? Are you experienced? And do you take the precautions to take care of the home? We pride ourselves on moving your home or anybody's home or building as if it was our very own. So we do our best not to damage anything, and we've never had anything drastic happen. So no, it really doesn't damage. It just depends on how well you take care of the building and the structure. And again, we pride ourselves on doing a good job. All right, let's see. What's the next question here? How's Tony's knee? Tony's knee is doing excellent. And I know y'all saw her because I did the video of her being on that scooter thing, that knee thing where she has to scoot around. And that's because she had bone spurs. And she had to have a surgery on a foot. But thank God she's recovering from that. She's doing really, really good. And we're so grateful for that. Rodeos. Yeah. That's a hard one. I've been involved with horses literally all my life. And up there at the North Texas High School Rodeo Association is where we do all the rodeoing around here up at North Texas. And it's hard. I'm not going to lie. Rodeo is a way of life, and being a part of a rodeo family. And it is hard. And we most recently had to cancel 2 rodeos. And, you know, you've got the seniors, you've got rodeo prom, and this board is working desperately to make it good for these kiddos, for our youth. So y'all keep all the rodeo kids in your prayers, as well as any graduating seniors, whether it's high school, college, technical schools, vocational schools, whatever it is. We need to keep them in our prayers, because this is supposed to be a special time for them, and with the conditions the way they are, we can't rodeo. So please keep lifting them up in prayer. Has the market changed what we do? Actually, no, it hasn't. It really hasn't. And the reason I make that statement is we're still moving houses. We're still selling houses. We're not flipping them like we were. We mostly did the flipping for the TV show. People like that. We enjoy doing that. But we service what I think, this is just Donna's opinion, we service what I think is the majority of America, what we can afford. And, you know, Daddy taught us kids a long time ago, there's more to life than making a house payment. And I want to be able to go and to see and to do. And I also want to have the ability to help people when that time comes. When somebody needs help, I want to be able to step up and say, I know what to do. I know how to help. Or, I guess I'll share this with you. Sometimes when I pray, I say, you know, God, who do you want me to help today? And He'll show me. He'll give me a sign. He'll show me something or someone. And the coolest thing is to be able to help someone to get in there, help them, and get out before they even know you were even in there. That way, I did it in secret. And that gives me a good feeling inside. I don't want the accolades. I don't want the pat on the back. Yeah, we all like to see that. We all like to be told we're doing a good job. But sometimes it's pretty cool to get in there and do something kind of like a secret Santa or a secret sister deal. So I like that. Let's see. Now, unless there's been more, I wrote down questions that I saw before we went live. So I do want to tell you this one thing, and then I'm gonna get off of here. Something else that Daddy taught us all. And then I hear it preached to me at church. And then I think back on it. My mother's told me this. My grandmother's told me this. My great-grandmother's told me this. It's not the circumstances. It's not. It's not the circumstances that we're living in. The bottom line is, how are we going to respond to the circumstances? That's where the truth is. How are you going to respond? How am I going to respond? Well, I'm going to keep getting back up, because the very definition of failure is when you quit trying. And then that is when we should come along beside each other, because we're all human. And we're going to get tired at one point or another. But that's when, without fail, somebody will always come along beside us and say, that's all right, I've got you, give me a hand. It's not a handout, it's a hand up. So we're going to hold on to each other. And we're going to keep our faith on the line. We're going to keep focused. And we are coming out of this. We're not going off down in that valley and camping out. Oh, no, now we may be going through the valley. Okay, I'll give you that. But we're going through. We're not camping out. We're going through. We're going to come out victorious on this other side. We're going to continue to help each other, cheer each other up. Now then, before I get off of here, you're going to have to let me know if you would like another one of these, maybe in a couple of 3 days or so. So you let me know if you like it. I love talking. Lord knows I can spin a yarn. I love talking. I love sharing. I love encouraging. Everybody be blessed out there. Know that the Snow family is doing our part. You do your part. And together we will get through this. And we're praying for each and every one of you every day. All right. Y'all have a blessed day. Keep your head up. And I'll talk to you soon. The Snow family loves you. And I love you.